Hello, Commanders. Today we're at Jordan's, playing Secure the Flanks, 4x4 table. We've got 4 players, 1,000 points each, 2 versus 2. Be back in just a minute with Army List. All right, PHR. Hand of the Sphere. We've got a level 2 Hera with 3 Apollos. Immortal Phalanx, we have got 2 separate stands of Immortals, both in Tritons. Battle Pantheon is packing 2 Ares, a pair of Dropzone Helios. Heavy Pantheon, 2 Odins and a Neptune. Pegasus group, we've got 2 stands of Valkyries, there we go, and a Triton. All right, UCM. We've got a field command of a Kodiak with a level 2 commander in it. Armored formation of 3 sabers and a condor. I'm sorry, those are 3 rapiers. Those are 3 sabers. Both are in condors, both in the armored formation. Legionnaire Corps. We have 3 stands of Legionnaires and a bear, another 3 and a bear, both in a condor, and then 2 on a raven. Special ordnance, we have 2 gladius on a condor, and 2 scimitars driving on. Alright, today I'll be playing Shaltari tribes. So my gate group, I've got a pair of spirits and a pair of Edens. And then, let's get to this. Court of Elders. She's hiding over here. I've got a coyote and a jaguar. Sword point, I'm running 3 kukris and 3 tomahawks. Warrior clan, I've got a pair of braves and then a fire drake in support. Alright, and finally Resistance. Warlord HQ is a Thunderstorm with a level 2 commander. And we got a vehicle detachment with 3 gun wagons and a Kraken and 3 Cyclones. Damn Cyclones. Resistance Band, we've got, what do we got? 3 Resistance Fighters in a battle bus, 3 Occupation Veterans in a battle bus, and a Kraken. And finally, for the Rusted Fist, we've got a pair of Zukavs being brought in on a Lift Hawk with AA. That's the end of turn 1. So, first casualty is a Spirit Gate popped by these horrible little tunnel trolls in the back here. Everyone's progressing up board. The Shaltari have started securing this focal point. They're moving on this objective here with the assistance of the UCM. The UCM have loaded into this building for this objective and have deployed on the backboard. PHR and Resistance are mingled everywhere. Oh, there's the Thunderstorm hiding back there. No one's come in on the focal point over here yet.
They haven't landed, but they're close.
They haven't landed. Oh, the PHR is moving on it. And that's it. We'll be back for turn 2. That is the end of turn 2. We have seen some death, mostly in the dropship department. I got a Spirit down. There's a couple of Tritons down. I did lose a Kukri to the cell phone holder. A lot of UCM infantry has died. PHR are advancing along this flank, bringing all their heavy armor up. They do finally contest. Well, actually, they hold that focal point. No one has found an objective. We are waiting for the incredible round 3 CQB to begin in here. Anything I missed, guys? A little fire on the building over there, killing infantry. Other than that, we'll be back after turn 3. Alright, turn 3 got bloody. The Resistance found the objective for Team Tunnel Troll and PHR back here. They have passed it to their Kraken or something. They got it somewhere. They got it away. The CQB started here. A couple of Legionnaires showed up to fight a couple of other Legionnaires. It was really weird, but the Resistance brought in allied help. However, there were 2 stands of Immortals. The one stand was already damaged and obliterated. The rest retreated. The Legionnaires who were assisting these Braves also jumped ship after getting the hell shot out of them. And 1 stand of Valkyries got wiped out. As it stands, the Valkyries are still holding for next turn to prevent anyone from finding the objective. Over here, we suffered some artillery barrages that took out a lot of the rapiers. My kukris, which teleported across the board from this gate to this gate, had been blasted up by the thunderstorm, which then later moved. I think that is about it. Everyone's holding their local focal point. Currently, Resistance PHR have the lead with one objective off the board. For time restraints, we're going to roll initiative for turn 4. Finish this CQB to find out what happens. See if the UCM in here can find this one. And then we'll be able to determine a leader. Or a winner. Be back after turn 4. Alright, here's turn 4, and we're going to call it. So the Immortals blew their 4-up search here, so they did not find the objective on 2 dice, Bob. On 2 dice. In here, the CQB went the Shaltari's way, but it doesn't really matter because we're calling the game, so they didn't get a chance. They would have found it next turn, but they would have had to fight a couple of other bases. It wouldn't have been a huge deal. They probably still could have gotten out, but at the end of the day, 2 points here versus 2 points here, and an objective off board. So PHR Resistance takes the win 4-2. The Tunnel Trolls win again, Gordo. This was Jeremy and Bob's first experience playing Dropzone. And Bob was just starting to say he could see things he liked about the game and things he disliked about the game. So I'm going to pop the mic here so we can hear his opinion. So what were you saying?
Well, I definitely can see that once I actually could play it a few more times and know the pieces a little bit better, that would help. But I'm not a real big fan of anti-air.
The AA rules I find frustrating sometimes too.
Yeah. That's pretty annoying. It seems like air has the advantage on everything.
Well, he tends to... our meta, because we play each other all the time, is... he fields just enough AA against my resistance.
Gordo's resistance tends to bring 1 to 3 lift hawks per game, and they don't pose a huge threat to me.
That and they're so damn heavy that chances are I can put them straight in the fire and get my guys where they need to go, and his stuff doesn't die.
True.
It takes some effort to kill him.
Because the bulk of my transports are hovercrafts rather than lift hawks, I have less air units than some other.
Now, can air units hit air units?
Some can.
So, like, my Condors have a twin Gatling gun.
The Condors can't because they don't have AA.
That doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm talking about.
I agree.
That's ridiculously stupid.
I don't disagree with you, but I will say this to you. At Energy 3 or Energy 4, a lot of times your hit on a dropship would be useless anyways.
I know, but why am I putting Gatling guns at an Energy 3 on a...
Had there not been a CQP going here, those dropships could have just rolled in and gunned down that infantry maliciously.
Which is what my gunship was.
I get it, but you put guns on a.
No, I'm not. I'm with you.
Like,
I'm with you.
Like even if you allowed them to hit other air units at a reduction, like it doesn't make any sense. I can't shoot at this thing, even though I've got a Gatling gun in my hands.
Ideally, I mean,
40K, you can fire any weapon at a flying unit.
Jeremy's a 40K player.
It just if it has Skyfire, it fires at full ballistic. If it doesn't, it snapshots, and you only hit on a 6.
Yeah,
there you go. Like that to me
and
would make sense.
Infantry have shit. What's it called? Allows them to fire at dropships. Small arms. Infantry have small arms. They can shoot at dropships or other air units if they're within 6 inches.
So his little assault rifle.
No, if you look at the SA attribute on the Legionnaires.
Yeah.
SA 6.
Right.
So you have 3 bases. You get 3 shots at Energy 6 against a dropship. Of them opening fire.
But
on
yeah,
it.
that's their rifles taking 50 shots and getting a lucky hit.
See, I'm not. It's got a Gatling gun. I'm not a big fan of that. That doesn't do it for me.
I want you to tell me how you really feel.
I have a few times now. So I'm gonna say I dislike that.
Agreed. I'm not gonna argue
Overall,
that.
though, I like how it plays. I really do. It'll be nicer when I can sit down and read the armies and pick one more my play style, but
Gordo and I argue the rules, so that kind of stretches out games a lot.
you guys argued the rules?
Yeah.
I
You didn't notice that?
I didn't notice at all.
I didn't notice.
Not one bit.
If Gordo and I didn't argue about rules, the games would probably only take about 2 hours.
Yeah, you probably could get a couple games in a day.
Right.
I mean, as long as you didn't debate line of sight.
Right. Which I find there's no debate. I mean, he couldn't see it, but
Are you saying he didn't have the line of sight?
I guess it depends on where you measure it from. From his guns, they were all pointing at a building, but rules is written, he's correct though. You draw a line from the center of your unit to any point on the other unit,
Yeah.
and then you can hit it with all of your guns, which for a game that's as obsessed as it is about being true to scale and everything, it drives me nuts.
It's definitely a pretty game.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
And God's honest truth, even if it weren't for the modified buildings, the straight cardstock stuff still looks better than most tables that you see for a lot of games.
Yeah, I'll give it. It definitely tables a pretty game.
So Bob, if you had to pick one unit that was your hero of the game, what would your hero unit be?
Because I can't shoot anything worth a darn. 'Cause I haven't figured out how to roll dice. The only thing that actually did any good for me was my
Each of those
saber.
chunks were separate pieces.
Your sabers?
Yeah, the sabers back here were actually starting to put some hurt in.
So if we had rolled out a 1,500 point list, I would have brought the Albatross, which is a heavy drop ship, and typically I load that up with 6 sabers and 3 rapiers,
Yeah,
so that you can drop a real brick.
I think more sabers and anti-air, because that's the only thing that can hit air.
And you would drop
would have been
you drop
helpful.
your 3 rapiers and support those, and then you have another condor full of
Yeah.
rapiers somewhere else in the list. They also have a gunship. It's based off of the Raven chassis over there, the Falcon B, and it has missile pods on it for going around and hunting things down and shooting it down.
They
in the
also
air.
have a commander gunship that's mean.
Yeah,
The Phoenix?
Phoenix. Yeah, I have not bought a Phoenix yet. Did you?
I can't remember if that was in my most recent purchase or not.
Well, Guard Tower had a big clearance on Dropzone stuff, so I bought a ton of Shaltari, and Gordo cleared them out of Scourge and UCM. We just haven't painted anything.
Now, Shaltari is what you were playing, right?
Yeah, and I have to say the Fire Drake was my hero of the game. He when he nuked the Hera and the 3 Apollos, I wiped out all 3 Apollos. Didn't scratch the Hera though. You were lucky there, but got you off that rooftop.
Yes. It's hiding behind the building back here.
Yeah. I need to get more units painted up for my Shaltari, so I have a little more variety to
I'd
field.
like to play them sometime.
Well, by all means, we can get together again, and I will let you play Shaltari.
Jeremy was playing
He was playing my PHR.
I'd like to play them too.
Yeah, that is. Gordo has a good sized PHR army that he never plays. He bought in the Resistance full on right off the bat, and we fell into our roles. He plays Resistance, I play PHR.
But then, like most games, he has to buy everything.
Oh, for Dropzone, he's bought everything just as much, if not more, than I have.
That is not true. Well, I had a nice size.
Kettle meat pot.
I had a nice size Scourge army, but I sold it off to Ian because he was gonna get all playing, and he's kind of fallen off the face of the earth since then. So that's why I have a Scourge starter now, but
The everything is only really the clearance items that.
It's everything.
I have a lot of UCM. I have a lot more UCM stuff, and
I have a shitload of Resistance and a shitload of PHR. Don't have a ton of the.
no, I had between
How much
1,500.
drop fleet do you have, though?
Oh yeah, but that's
What?
how I break it.
None. but my pledge officially has been found as one of the lost pledges. So, Gordo's still a jerk for having his Admiral pledge, and I'm still without spaceships.
Sorry.
But combined between Gordo and I, yeah, if you guys want to get in the drop fleet, we are going to have the ships. We're going to have all of the ships.
Drop zone. Drop fleet.
Conflict 47.
Conflict 47. I'm gonna pick one, and we're gonna roll with that for a little
But
bit.
what you don't understand is that Gordo and I have enough crap that you can play all of them.
Exactly.
You're just gonna have to buy into eventually one of them.
Right.
Jeremy, what was your hero of the day? What was the unit that made the game?
I don't know. Really?
Those Odins.
Yeah, the Odins for bouncing all of the shots.
They didn't
against,
kill
probably.
anything, but they suffered
They
fire
didn't get-
from a pair of scimitars from the
3
time they
rounds.
dropped.
Yep.
And the Kodiak.
Yeah, and they took a blast from the Kodiak. Where's he at? There he is. They took an orbital strike from the Kodiak.
Yep.
Jeez, they just
And bounced it all.
and 5-ups, and you kept bouncing them constantly. But then you were missing damaging a building.
Yes. Could hit it for days.
Jordan, what's your hero?
Just for the amount of effective damage out, I guess the Thunderstorm. I'd like to think if this game went on, the Zukovs would have done something important.
Yeah, perched up there on the roof, they would have certainly threatened a lot. I had all my gates hidden, just for that fact.
Except for that one.
That's not a gate, dude.
Isn't
I mean, it can be a gate, but it's a hunter and killer of
right.
in this case PHR command units and retinues.
Not retinue.
We already had that argument, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Let's say I believe you're the one that had to track down the proper pronunciation of retinue. Gordo had to track down the proper pronunciation of a word.
Did he? Really? He had to?
Because I think we both said retinue, and that can't be right.
So he had to track it down.
Well, I think one was saying one was saying the other, and then we're like, well, I'm not really sure for both of us.
It's okay. I have to think every time I use the word denizens to make sure I say it right. Because I always say it denzians for some reason.
That's what I do too, because it's just how it comes out when you say it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he corrects you every time. If you
He did correct me once, and I'm like, and I stopped. And the next time I had a chance to look at the word, I'm like, son of a bitch, I am saying it wrong.
Blaggard.
Blaggard. Yeah, that's a great one. I don't know that anyone except nerds know the correct pronunciation of blaggard.
Yes.
They spell it wrong.
Alright, I gotta wrap.
All right. Well, Bob's running away on us. Maybe we'll get together and do this again sometime.
Definitely.
Do you want to take a book and well, anyways, I'm going to wrap this up because you guys don't need to hear all our BSing. So thanks for watching.